All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Chute TV. I am Adam, your host. Today I have something special, but it's something special for me. I have a gun that I got back after probably over a decade of me looking for it and finally having that right moment in the gun shop and found it and bought it. It's a gun that I definitely regret selling and getting rid of. I've been on a quest the last 5 years to get a lot of the guns that I gave up, sold, traded, whatever, back in the day. And I got another one recently, and that is this guy right here. Pretty cool looking gun. Kind of looks like a 1911, doesn't it? Let's safety check it right now. Clear. This is a Smith Wesson Model 410. The law enforcement version of this is the 411. The 4 means 40 caliber. This is more 40 caliber Smith & Wesson, and the 10 means 10 round capacity. And these are the magazines right here. Nice metal, solid magazines by AccuGuide. They do not make these magazines anymore, so they're wicked expensive. I only have 3 of them. This is a fantastic gun. And there's definitely a story behind this series of firearms from Smith & Wesson. They do not make this anymore. They do not make any of these series of firearms. Smith & Wesson discontinued every one of these, the 9mm versions, the 40 caliber versions, the 45s, any of these full metal frame guns, they discontinued, I believe, in 2007. Now, this was developed in the 90s to compete with Glock. Glock held a very strong market presence for having a lightweight, affordable, dependable gun. And this is the answer that Smith came up with. Still kind of heavy, even though it's an aluminum frame, steel slide, steel barrel, obviously. But they definitely tried to compete with Glock by cheapening up some of the parts. Still a dependable gun, but Glock definitely pushed them out of the market. In 1990, you had the Glock 23 that came out, 22 and 23, which held 15 rounds in the 22 and 13 rounds in the 23, and this only held 10. The law enforcement version of this was the 411, held 11 rounds. Also prior to that, 84 came out, the Glock 17, and then the Glock 19 shortly after that. I think that was 87, 88. And in 1990 again, the 23, Glock 23 and 22 came out. So Smith & Wesson had a run for their money, and they really tried to compete with Glock. The whole commercial market definitely shifted its focus from only American-made guns to giving foreign guns a chance. And that pretty much is what set the nail in the coffin for the Smith & Wesson's metal frame series of firearms. So again, in 2007, they discontinued this. Now that was a brief history of this gun. Now, how did I get it and why did I like this gun? So in about a year after they discontinued this gun is when I got my pistol permit in early 2008, and I wanted a pistol. I didn't know what I was doing, and I will freely admit it. I was not an expert. I had no idea what I wanted, no idea what I was gonna get. So I went to Hoffman's in Newington, and that was their old location right on the Berlin Turnpike, smaller shop. Got broken into a million times. But anyway, I went into that shop looking for a pistol, had about $300 or $400 in my pocket, didn't have a lot of money. Met a very condescending asshole behind the counter, and I asked him for some help, and he pointed out this gun right here, the Smith & Wesson Model 410. And I was like, I picked it up, and in my mind, I didn't want a plastic gun. I was not totally against Glocks, but I didn't want to get a plastic gun. So he put this in my hand, and I immediately fell in love with it. It looks like a 1911, had great sights on it. It felt good, but the biggest problem was it was 10 round capacity. But since I didn't have a lot of money and this kind of fit the bill, I bought it. From 2008 to about 2010, I carried this gun, this big brick of a gun. Inside the waistband, external, outside carry, I carried this thing. Was not fun. And you know, at around the end of 2010, I started hearing talk of a magazine ban for higher capacity magazines, and that kind of freaked me out. So I decided to take this gun and trade it in around 2010, 2011 timeframe. And I regret doing it because I did it because I wanted to get a gun that had higher capacity. So I went with the Beretta. I traded this in, got some cash, and bought a Beretta. And then from there on out, I went magazine crazy because the talk of the town was they're gonna ban magazines, and we're only gonna have 10 round capacity. So I was buying magazines galore. I was buying magazines to guns I didn't even own yet because I was going crazy. I did not want to lose the ability to have standard capacity magazines for guns that I wanted in the future. So turned out I was right. In 2012, Sandy Hook happened, unfortunately, and then we shortly passed legislation to ban standard capacity magazines to restrict us to 10 round. So I would say from 2010 all the way to the end of 2013, I went magazine crazy. Now that's not the point of this story, but that was basically part of the story, reason why I got rid of this gun. And fast forward to today, I really am looking for guns that I got rid of back in the day. You know, I was young for stupid reasons, really, and I should have saved them. This was my first pistol, so that's why it was important. I wanted to get my first pistol back. So here we are. We're gonna take it out. I just got it. And we're gonna take it out and we're gonna test fire it and see if I can remember, gives the old muscle memory and see how it feels. Let's try it in double action first, and we'll switch off to single action because it's a double action, single action pistol. Oh, all right. Yeah, the last round. Look at that. Wonder why it's doing that. You know, missed a couple, but for the most part, it's on. Try another magazine. Hopefully we don't get a failure to feed like that. That was weird. All right. Nice. That one ran good. More than likely, that first malfunction that I had on the last round was because of the magazine. So I am gonna try something different. I loaded one in the chamber, so we're doing 10 plus 1. Got one flyer. Ah, 2. Not bad. You know, pretty decent distance away from that target. So that ran flawlessly. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, it's my bad. I have a tendency to pulling the gun to the left a lot. That ran pretty good though. This is the Smith Wesson Model 410. My first gun ever. Got it back, and I'm so happy I got it back. And as you can see, it shot pretty damn well. You know, for me at least. Now, it's pretty decent distance away, so give me some credit. It's the first time taking this out, but for the most part, I was slapping steel. This is, you know, 15, 20, even 25 yards away, so not bad for a little hand cannon. 40 caliber Smith & Wesson, don't make fun of it. It's the shit. It's good. Just as good as 9mm, if not better. I just recently picked up some stickers with my logo on it. And if you guys want some free stickers, I will send them to you. Shoot me a comment down below and I will figure out a way to get your address and I'll mail them to you. No purchase necessary. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Especially subscribe, especially like, and comment if you like. I will engage you. I will talk with you. I will answer your questions. But again, I know I'm probably not going to get a lot of views for this video. I don't care because this is not an exciting, crazy gun. But I'm glad you guys watch this, whoever's watching this out there. So thank you for watching another episode of Shootin' Shit TV. I am Adam, your host, signing off, biatch.